Elevate TV, advancing kingdom lifestyle.
Good morning, good day, depending on where you're tuned in from. This is the Thursday Morning Digest, and as always, we come to you from our Elevate TV studios right at the heart of the city of Nairobi. Today, we want to discuss about personal development. Personal development is important to us because we must grow. And anything that doesn't grow then is either retrogressing or is dying. But every living thing has to grow, and that's how we know that it is actually living. Okay, so we want to talk about personal development. As always, we look at it from the lens of the woman, but we welcome all the men that are joining us and are able to join us for themselves and for the sake of the women that they love. So I have in studio my guest turned co-host Karambu, and she'll introduce herself just for the sake of those who may not have interacted with her on this show, and then we'll pick it up from there. As always, we are on Facebook, we are on YouTube. Please get our links and share with your friends so that they can join us in this very, very interesting discussion. Karibu sana.
Asante.
Always a joy to have you in studio.
Thank you for having me. Good morning, everyone. For those who haven't interacted with me, I am Karambu Mudhaura, Lauren's co-host. Nowadays, I'm not sure I should introduce myself as a guest anymore. Yes, so I'm with Lauren at least once a month.
Yes.
I am health taxes consultant. I'm also an educator and a mentor for young girls and women. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us. So I think to guide us in this discussion, we want to look at personal development. Maybe we can define it again for the benefit of those that are watching us for the first time today. What should we understand when somebody tells us about personal development?
Of course, when you hear the word develop, it means that you're improving.
Yes.
You're coming from one state to the next. And in a lot of cases, we look at development in terms of our careers, in terms of our professional lives. But I would want women to look at personal development as looking at your entire being, not just your goals, not just your work goals, but your well-being, your voice, your values, the whole the whole you, everything that makes you over and over again. So that because I had some growth yesterday does not mean that I say I am fully developed. No, personal development is not perfection. It is a continuous growth.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So in other words, it means that it is a call for us to develop every day.
Yes.
Every day, to improve every day. Okay, fantastic. All right. So what are the ways maybe we can look at growing when we talk of personal development? Yeah. So in today's world, women are carrying so many roles, so many responsibilities. Yes.
And so when what happens is we find ourselves overgiving more than we receive. We find ourselves taking care of other people, other things, jobs, etc.
Yes.
We forget to take care of ourselves. So for us to develop, we need to take good care of ourselves. So what way we can do that is ensuring that we are taking care of ourselves mentally, taking care of ourselves, our body, taking care of ourselves in how we understand things around us, learning from other people. So you can do things like you can take walks, you can go to the gym, you can journal, you can plant a tree. You know, those things that go beyond your mundane environment.
Yes.
So those things actually help you become more developed than just being in your office 8 to 5 and then rushing home and getting into the family setting. Shortly it's 11 p.m. and you're in bed, and you can imagine having that 24/7. Then in that case, what you'll be suffering from is burnout. But for you to get out of that, you need to pull out time that you're going to take care of your well-being, and that is one of the first ways that's one of the biggest ways that you can ensure that you've gotten that you're developing yourself, because it is beyond taking care of your responsibilities.
Wow. So what I hear you to be saying is we need to make sure that development is holistic.
It's holistic.
So that it looks at us mentally, you know, the body, even spirit-wise. We need to make sure we are growing in our, you know, relationship with God.
And the other thing is that we need to learn to say yes to the things that nourish us. And no to the things that don't.
Wow.
So, you know, you can take in all yeses. And suddenly you are seeing this is the thing that would have helped my life, but you don't have space for it. So you need to be able to know that saying yes to all these other things may not have any add any value in my life, and then recognize the things that will actually help your life, help you grow, help you rejuvenate, etc. And also we need to keep a check on ourselves, like weekly, and ask ourselves what we are learning. What have I learned? What am I learning? How was my week? Is there a habit that I need to let go? Is there something that is taking up my time that shouldn't be taking up my time? Am I resting enough? You know, these things that are important for your whole being.
Wow. I feel like we've already dived into the meat of the discussion because you're dropping very, very important points for us, and I hope viewers, you are following what Karambo is telling us. So what I hear you to be saying is we really need to have a plan on how we move, because it doesn't just happen. We can have those many responsibilities, but if we don't take time to plan them, create habits and routines, then we may actually just be busybodies, and at the end of the day we have nothing to show for it. Wow, women, that's a very important point, because as she said, we have so many responsibilities, you know, and so if we don't plan correctly, there will be a problem. But I want to take you back to what you said. You began by saying we need to take care of ourselves. And the first point you mentioned is mental health. That we need to be able to take care of ourselves mentally. I know that's a wide topic. It can be, you know, a session on its own. But maybe in a nutshell, how do we take care of ourselves mentally? What are the things that we should think about? What are the things that we should consider as women?
One way to take care of ourselves mentally, and I hope every woman takes this very with the importance that it has, you know, is knowing that you're not superwoman. That not taking up everything, you know, and for you not to become, and you know, we are not octopuses. We don't have 8 tentacles. So we cannot be able to do everything at a go. and everything ourselves, because even the energy we have is limited.
Yeah.
Even the strength we have is limited.
Yeah.
You know? So we need then to know what responsibilities to take in and what not to take up. Also, we need to learn to delegate.
Okay.
Yeah. So that you don't find yourself in the office and every time there's a small issue with someone not doing something well, the next time you're like, I'm going to work on all these reports myself. And before the end of the day, you know, you're doing everything yourself.
Yeah.
Or in the household, you decide I don't want to look like I'm berating tradwives.
Yes.
But you cannot decide that you're going to work, you're going to do everything in the household, whether you have workers or not, and not end up having burnout, you know. So if you're taking up other responsibility career-wise, then and you have the means to have someone assist you, like at home, then allow them to do their work. Because a lot of the times is, I find among my peers is that we might have help in the house, but at the same time we are busy running going around them, not letting them do their work. At the end of the day, you end up tired, irritated, and irritating everyone else, and nobody wants to work with you when you're like that. So we need to learn to delegate. It's part of mental health. Then we also need to learn to meditate. You know, we need to meditate, we need to pray, we need to call ourselves away also, and just think and just be with nature, if possible. You know, because when we do that, then we allow for our minds to be refreshed. And when you're doing that, then you are improving on your mental health. And the other thing, it's okay to see a therapist. If you feel you're struggling, or not even if you feel you're struggling, if you feel you need help in handling situations, even in organizing yourself, knowing how to go about situations, you need to see a therapist, please go and see one. It is really helpful. Whether you think you're unwell or not, if you feel you're strained out, you're overwhelmed, and you need somebody, kindly go see a therapist or talk to somebody and get help. In that case, then you'll be helping your mental health.
All right. There's something here you've said that I need to revisit, which is you are not superwoman. I think many women break because society expects us to be superwoman, to know everything, you know, to do everything right. How do we help women get over that? Because there are also societal pressures and expectations, where maybe you look at an environment where maybe there's a wife, or there's a woman in ministry, or there's a woman in the workplace, and people just settle and say, she's there, this thing will be sorted, you know. So there's that expectation of society, and it is putting pressure on many women, so that now they feel, okay, I need to excel in my family, I need to excel in the workplace, I need to excel, you know, maybe in ministry if they serve in the church, they need to excel in their relationships, you know, they need to make sure. And you know, nowadays, there's rurashio, there's baby shower, there's wedding,
in ministry everybody expects
there's
you
funeral
to show up for their thing.
There's now funeral, and then now we found their birthdays, you know, baby birthdays, you know. Then schools nowadays, because I remember when we were growing up, our parents just released us. Once they paid school fees, that was it. They would see us at home. At the end of the term, we bring our report form. But now schools are also saying, no, parents need to be involved. So you have all these school meetings. How do we help women balance?
Okay. One of the signs of self-development,
Yes.
of personal development
Yes.
as a woman, is being able to voice your needs
Okay.
without being sorry, without feeling sorry,
Okay.
and without apologizing.
Wow.
You know. And so if for example there is an activity at school, and of course your husband has work,
Yeah.
you have work, but you can sit together and say that fine, I'm the one who does the school runs a lot,
Yeah.
but on this particular day I have this very important meeting in the office,
Yeah.
and you are able to take an hour or two
Okay.
out of the office. He can be able to do that.
Yeah.
Please sit down with him
Yeah.
and tell him, my dear, I would, or whatever you call your husband, sweetheart, kindly, if this time we could go for the sports day, you know, so that I can take care of this, or even plan, agree that during this term, during the term, that I'll go for certain activities, you'll go for certain activities,
Yeah.
so that you also don't overbreak, or as much as possible.
Yeah.
You can both go for the activities, you know,
Yeah.
so that you don't feel like you're the one who is always overwhelmed with activity. Because I realized one of the reasons that a person will feel overwhelmed, like with school activities, is if you do those runs alone. If you find yourselves, both of you, at the school runs most of the times, imagine it doesn't feel the same.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel as overwhelming. So if spouses could support each other in that manner, then it should be very helpful.
Yeah.
Then the other thing, as a woman, like for example, you told me as someone is in ministry and people expect you to go for their baby showers, their weddings, their birthdays, you cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot go for everyone. And I think it should also be clear to the people you minister to, that showing up for one event and not being able to show up for an event for someone else does not mean that you prefer so-and-so over so-and-so. It depends on what was going on at that particular time, on your availability at that particular period, you know?
Yes.
Also, you can cancel on going for things, provided they were not waiting for you to officiate.
Okay.
You know, if you feel overwhelmed, you can decide, you know, if I go for this today and this tomorrow, then tomorrow, when I am expected to preach, I may not have the energy to do so.
Wow.
Tomorrow, when I have a show with Lauren at 7:30, I may not be able to do so if I attend this late night meeting, you know, and my not attending this event is not going to stop the event, you know. So we can always make such decisions, and we do not feel and not feel sorry about it, you know. And the other thing is training people around you. So if for example if you're in ministry, I'm sure then there are other younger or even older, even people your age, people you can mentor to take some over your roles, some of your roles, that when someone needs someone to go and pray for them, that they can do that. If someone needs someone to reach out to them, it doesn't have to be you reaching out to everyone. And even in the office, that you're not the only one attending meetings, etc., then it makes life easier for you. All you need is feedback and reports, and then you're not a superwoman, you know. And also, of course, agreeing on dividing our roles within the household, and employing people to help you if you are in a position to, because you cannot assume that everybody is able to do so.
Interesting. Lovely, lovely. I love our discussion this morning, that we are not superwomen. We need to be able to identify areas that we can delegate, and we need to voice our needs. I think my key takeaway this morning is we need to be able to voice our needs unapologetically.
Exactly.
So that we get the help that we need. Interesting. Now, here when we talk about delegation, again, I see a very interesting scenario where we may be surrounded by people, but some of them are not very helpful. Let me use the term helpful. Yeah. So how do we go about this delegation? Because sometimes we find in our homes, maybe we are hiring people. In the workplace, you may be in a position where you have the power to hire, or people are hired for you, you know, and you need to work with them. It can be in life where you need people to serve. Like today, I mean, if you check my phone, I have different border, you know, rider numbers, because I know when I need something from such a place, this is the person to call. Yeah. If it is here, there, you know. And now it's even across towns. It's very interesting. Yeah. I was talking to somebody yesterday and they said, okay, when you're ready, let me know. I'll send a rider. And they are not in Nairobi. He said, I will send the rider I normally engage. He will come and pick the document and then he will courier it to me. You see. So how do we create an environment where we have people we can actually delegate to?
I think one of the ways we are able to create such a network is by what is this? I don't want to say making friends, but
building partnerships, building networks.
Yes, you build networks so that, like, for example, when you're talking about a border person, I give you work today, tomorrow I look for you, I see whether I can depend on you.
Yes.
And then that will continue.
Yeah.
In the same way, when we are employing staff in our homes, etc. Yeah. If you are in a position to do interviews, which I think that's one of the biggest problems most of us have, that you're not able to do that, and you work with whoever comes. Yeah. Which is an unfortunate thing, but if you can do it and stick to the agreements of it, like if you are supposed to watch someone for a certain period of time before engaging them in this manner, so that someone can know that you're taking the job. You're not being unfriendly, but you treat it like an employment. Yeah. Yes. So that they are able to know that fine. This is a home place, but it is also
for me it's my workplace.
But for me it's my workplace. Yeah. You know, so that when you are sending this person, they're not going to drag their feet like your sister would drag if you are telling them, please pass me the water. You know. Yeah. So and also like if someone does something wrong, kindly point it out. Yes. Like when you're not, you don't get angry and don't let things accumulate so that you burst out. Point it out and tell them, I prefer things to be done this way. So that if you see that you're not heading anywhere with this person, you can tell them.
It ends here.
Yeah. And they don't want us to become enemies. They don't want us to cross each other. And so because of that, I think our relationship, our employee-employer relationship has to end here. For the people you've not employed, like the border riders, of course, if someone becomes unreliable, one, you can decide you're not going to deal with them again. What about our relatives? Yeah. How do you deal with that? I think
interesting.
Yeah. I tend to think you just decide who you can trust to do what. Yeah. Who you can rely on for a particular activity or responsibility or not. And in cases where You do not have an alternative. You just have to do it yourself,
Yeah.
and then you learn to pace your work yourself.
Yeah.
So that when you're having goals, sorry, my mouth is quite dry.
It's okay. Yeah, so maybe as you just sip water, one of the things that are coming up to my mind right now is we need to discuss about even employment of the people in our homes. Yeah. And I think I will bring somebody to do that for us. Because I think we need to know, even when we're engaging this, you know, the house managers, we have gardeners and all that. How do we do that? Because sometimes what happens is we hire people and then we are stuck with them because we don't know how to fire. Or when we fire, they sue us, you know. So many people also don't know that area. But most importantly, I remember I was in a training somewhere and somebody told me, never hire someone you can't fire. If you choose to work with a relative, let them know that we are relatives, but when it comes to work, you are an employee,
Exactly.
you know, or you are a business partner, and these are the rules by which we are going to engage.
Yes.
So that when they breach, it is the employment part
Yes,
that is gone.
Yes.
But the relationship, that one you can't change. Yeah, but I know it's
No,
a
you
bit
can
dicey.
change the relationship bit. You can't change that they are your cousin or they're your, but you can change how you relate with them. That's also part of the relationship. Yeah.
Okay. So that if someone is troublesome, you love them from a distance.
You can love them from a distance.
And they are, you know, they are your relative.
Yes.
You'll meet in family events.
Yes.
But as far as being close to you goes, you try and keep social distancing. Hey, all right. So people, I hope you're following our discussion this morning. Very interesting. And as I said, I promise we'll bring somebody on the show to just tell us so that we understand a little more about employment law. I think it's very, very important.
Yes,
so
yes.
I've taken mental note of that from this discussion, and I will get an expert to tell us more about how to deal with that. Okay, so still on delegation, because we need to take a break in just a minute or two.
Yes.
When you have to delegate, I know you've talked about make sure you have tested the person. They're able to deliver, they have proved themselves. And where they can't prove themselves, then you have to let them go or understand that they are not reliable.
Yes.
Okay. But now, for you as a person, what should you consider when delegating?
Okay. When delegating something, I would consider skills.
Okay.
Sometimes the relationship
Okay.
with the person. So of course, like if I'm delegating housework,
Yes.
so my house employee, that's
Yes.
their work, that's their skill. If I'm delegating things like in the office, your skill sets,
Yes.
your profession, your reliability in the past.
Yeah.
You cannot trouble me in a certain area over and over again, and I keep giving you the same role to play. That is frustrating myself.
Yes.
You know. So that's one thing that has to be very clear.
Okay.
And the amount of work that you have are pending with you, so that I'm also not overwhelming one person and leaving others without work. And in that case, if I'm looking at the amount of work pending with you, I also have to ensure that this work has not been overpending.
Okay.
So that, Sasa, I'm not giving you work because you have stayed with this, and at the end of the day, you end up doing less work, etc. And then, because also we need to delegate, then it means that you also need to do quite a bit of training.
Yes.
Like in the workplace, whether you are in charge of training or not, you can choose, I believe you can choose what your team can learn. Okay. I think I've given you an example of something I've done in the past, where you decide, no, we are not just an accounting team with technical guys. We are dealing with people, then we need to learn how to approach clients,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. Sorry, I'll have to stop you there. I think we really need to take a break. But we come back to discuss about delegation. So viewers, give us just a 2-minute break. We'll be right back. We talk about delegation, how to do it, and most importantly, what kind of skill sets do we ourselves need so that we also know how to delegate. So we will be right back.
Convergence Family Camp meeting. The Convergence is bringing together all kinds of ministers, ministries, believers, and guess what? From children all the way to their grandfathers. And the camp meeting for many years has been always a great blessing. For those young people and their parents and older people that have attended the camp meeting, they always know that it is life-changing. It's a time of fellowship and staying in one place until the presence of God changes and transforms our lives. This is an appeal for all Life Church families, wherever in the world. We always must come together, and this December 9th to 13th, that's a Tuesday afternoon all the way to Saturday morning, we are coming together, the Maasai group of schools here in Kenya. If you're out of the country, make plans to travel. If you are in the farthest part of Kenya, make plans to travel. We are coming together. And listen, the people in the Apostolic House and the people in the city and those who are nearby, listen, December we're going to move out of our houses. We're going to camp together. Listen, there is a generation of people you need to connect with. The younger connect with the older mentor and coach the young, and spending time together is going to be a great opportunity. We're going to emphasize on 3 key words: friendship, fruitfulness, functionality. That is in the Gospel of John chapter 15 verses 14 all the way to 17, and this is going to be amazing. Of course, we are bringing together leaders, West Africa, from Netherlands, from America, from here Kenya, and a couple of places. Listen, it is only 1,500 for the adults. For the children and teens who are between 7 years and 13 years, you're going to pay 1,000. Of course, it costs much more than that, but we're going to supplement by asking the camp attendees and members of the churches across the country to also contribute to the major budgets of the camp. From the Apostolic House, welcome to the camp meeting 2025. God bless you.
This family camp is open to the whole body of Christ.
Well, welcome back. We had taken a very short break, and we are back to continue with our discussion on personal development. And I have in studio Karambu Muthaura, who is taking us through what we need to take note of, especially as women, in our homes, in the workplace, and wherever else we are engaged. So before we took the break, we were talking about delegation and what we need to do. So you had told us some very many good things about how we can train the people around us, how we can identify, help them prove themselves, etc. So maybe we can pick it up from there if you have any additional points.
I think the thing that isn't usually clear for many people in the workplace, even leaders, is really how to delegate.
Yes.
And when you're delegating, you need to have first clarity. You need to be clear on the tasks that need to be done. You know? And you need to know what needs your direct or what does not need your direct involvement. You need to be able to ask yourself, can somebody else do this thing? Or do I have to do it? Can someone else do it with supervision, with guidance? Or even without guidance, you know? Yes, so that you don't find yourself doing every small
thing.
Yeah. And then when you're delegating, we agreed you need to choose the right person.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So we need to look at someone's strengths.
Yes.
We need to look at someone's growth goals. You can't look at someone who has no interest in leadership and tell them you're in charge of the team this week, you know, because you'll be up to a big surprise. Yeah. So also because delegation leads to development, it means that you're giving someone else a chance to experience, to grow. By you delegating those tasks that are supposed to be yours and they can do them, it means that they can grow. They can see that they're actually able to do the tasks that above them.
Yes.
Also, we need to be very clear on our expectations.
Yes.
We need to share why we are doing this, the what, the when.
Yeah.
We are not just going to send someone, send me the report.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What
report?
Yeah, what report?
What
and
format
then,
does it take?
Yeah. And then when? You know?
Yeah.
So you can say you summarize the key findings by Friday. You know, something. And then you have been having many tasks, the XYZ, you know, so that someone does not come now carrying everything. I didn't sleep for 3 nights because I wasn't sure which reports. Because actually you are on your bond phone, and maybe in your office people still do paperwork. So yeah, there is a lot of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Then you also need to let go of control. You know, you need to support, not
people you're delegating
control. So Lorraine, I'm not going to delegate something to you, and then I stand behind you.
Yeah.
And to watch you do, or tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, puppeteer. You know, that's not what we are doing.
Yeah.
If you need any help, if you need any advice,
Yes.
if you need any clarity, talk to me.
Yeah.
I need to know what you need from me in order to succeed. And also we need to celebrate people when they do their roles well. Okay. You know, it can be a thank you.
Yeah.
You know, it can be, we can sit together and go through the report and we do the adjustments together and I thank you. You know, because if your input feels appreciated, you know. So when you're delegating, we are not saying you're doing less of work, you're doing what matters most, the stuff that has to be done by you, and at the same time you're trusting others to do the other jobs and making sure that all the work is done.
Okay. I want us to go back to the point you had mentioned, and you talked about the need to grow in relationships. So I want us to discuss that, and you can advise us, how is it important to grow in relationships?
Oh, good. Now, I keep thinking of people who brag about how they're at their best by themselves and they don't need other people. And I think it's a I don't know whether to say it's a culture that's come with the younger generation, because we used to look at people who did not have friends, etc. as we used to fear them. They were strangers. Even in the workplace, someone who's just sit at the corner and I'm not saying someone, you know, you can be sort of a loner, but you are friendly, and an introvert, but really, like, I don't like to see people, you know. That's unless you are also telling us that you're stunted in life, or you're dying out, you know, because you cannot grow without other people. I think one of the things that we need to understand is that our relationships, we need relationships to grow. And relationships decide who we are. Why? One is because relationships are our mirror.
Okay.
Yes. So you know when people say, "Show me your friends," and I'll show you who you are. Your friendships, your relationships, they mirror your beliefs. They mirror your habits because you hang out with people with similar beliefs. You hang out with people, you develop similar habits. You hang out with someone long enough, you kind of start to look alike. You know, husband and wife thing. A lot of people look alike. I'm sure you have been told you look alike with your husband. At some point, someone must have said something like that. Your friend is the one who celebrates your highs. Who helps you, who suits you when you're at your lowest. They're the ones who will teach you self-worth because of the way they treat you at certain points. You know, so they're the you cannot say you do not need relationships to grow and also when you have a partner who or a friend who doubts your vision, who tells you no all the time, or who over criticizing and things, what they do is that they shrink your vision. You know? So whether we like it or not, relationships affect us. They will affect our growth or our lack of it. You know? So if you're at a place where everything all your ideas are or they're talked or they're over criticized, you stop speaking also. If you do not have another outlet to deal with this, what happens?
It dies, the vision dies.
It dies. So relationships obviously will affect you. The other thing is relationships are basically our gyms, you know. They're the ones that make us you know, move. They're the ones that it's the places where we don't happen in comfort, you know. You will grow because of even the hardships you get the encounter in these relationships. So that emotional muscle with your relatives, with when you're setting boundaries, when you're thinking, oh my God, I need to forgive, you know, that weight, it will help you grow emotionally. You know, when you keep saying no to things, guess what? You're exercising that muscle. You know, it's not when it's that person who is draining you every other day. You know, your relative. So and so, when I said no, I meant no. Don't ask again. No. You know, you practice saying no in the future, and that's why it's very important that we allow our children to say no, whether they don't to be hugged, whether they don't anything to do with someone, because then they practice saying no. And so when there are issues, they'll be able to say no. That's one of the other issues. And then the other thing is that they're the ones that fuel us. You know, the people who encourage you. You know, they encourage you with your accountability. You set your goals. They cheer you along your goals. So among your friends, your work partners, etc., your spouse, you know, I think we all need a growth partner, whether accountability for work, whether the spouse, etc. Someone who cheers, and it doesn't have to be your spouse, by the way, a growth partner, but you need someone who cheers you in your growth as an individual. You know, when you tell them, and you know, you don't go telling everybody your goals. So when you tell them, I'm thinking of doing X, Y, Z, and they sit down with you, and they want to understand where that's your goal, and you go through together to make sure it's smart. You know, and you agree on time frames, etc. and they can call you for a sitting or over the phone, and they ask you, how is that goal going?
Yeah.
Okay, why haven't you started? What is stopping you from starting?
Yeah.
How can I help you?
Yeah.
How can I make sure you start? I'm going to pull you out of that house to make sure that you get outside here and start. Can I pray with you? You know, all those things, they're important. And they all contribute in our growth. And so then we need to audit our friendships and our relationships.
Wow.
Unajua vile unaangalianga unasema hii nguo siwezi vaa tena.
Yeah.
I think we need to do that.
Yeah. I think there's a point I would like you to re-emphasize because I think it's extremely weighty. And I want to connect it with a statement you made earlier in the show when you said, learn to say yes to the things that add value to you, and say no to the things that don't add value to you. And I just pick that when you say audit friendships, we need to be very, very deliberate and determined, you know, because if you cannot audit your friendships and relationships, you may wonder why you're not progressing and you're not moving. But yet, it's because the people around you, it may actually not be that they are bad people. You laugh with them, you have coffee. But after that coffee, then what?
There's no other value you can add to each other.
Yes. Yeah. So I think that's a very, very important point that I feel we really need to, that's my second key takeaway. I've taken away a lot, but that's my second key takeaway for today. That check your friendships. Are they helping you? Especially, are they helping you? Yeah. Are they people that are encouraging and pushing? Yeah.
And even when I come to see you, when I meet with you, how does it make me living? How does it leave me feeling?
I hear you.
I'm always exhausted because I've hung out with you.
Or do I leave that place excited and happy?
When I tell you, can we do this again? We actually mean it, you know, and maybe we should not say things we don't mean.
I hear you.
You know? So we even the saying no is deciding that you're not available for meetings and meetups that you know are going to drain you, meetings that are not going to edify, they're not going to add any value, especially godly value for you. So in that case, then we really need to, when I said audit, we really need to do that, to remove friendships and relationships that don't add value, and acquaintances that I don't have to stop and have conversation because you stopped me to talk. I can excuse myself and move. You know? And if someone is just exhausting, please. Please. Get out of there. You know? Get out of there.
Okay. Fantastic. I want us to move to this one because we have just a few minutes before we close the show. But there's something you talked about in relationships, not in relationships. Now I've moved to the workplace. Still, okay, maybe still relationships, but in the workplace, where you talked about mentors, mentees, because these are also relationships. You have colleagues at work. So you have your peers, you have your superiors, then you have mentees, perhaps, and then you also have mentors. How do we, just try, maybe in a sentence or two, how do we manage these relationships?
Okay. In some workplaces, mentors and mentees actually assigned to you, so that you are told this is your mentor, or you are told to choose, and then I come approach you and tell you I have been given 1, 2, 3 because of my line of work. And I wanted to ask if you can be my mentor. Unakubali ama unamwambia uko overwhelmed? You know? Don't tell people you're overwhelmed if you're not. But also, if you don't think that relationship is going to help, or you're going to add value to that person, please don't accept, you know? And then yourself, you're doing the same.
Yeah.
So there are places that have that open, you know, it's set by the workplace. And then there are workplaces that does not exist. And so it's up to you to find a mentor for your growth.
Yeah.
Now, in this case, a mentor does not have to come from your same employer, your job.
Okay. Okay.
It could be someone in maybe the same industry,
Yes.
but someone who is doing better than you in terms of their growth,
Yes.
and if possible, a little older than you. For me, that's how I feel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay.
And in that case, then you'll approach them, and then you'll ensure that you keep your relationship with what is it called? The respect that should be between a mentor and mentee, where one, you are going to I'm coming to you for you to help me grow, and I should cooperate in that manner, and I should have that respect, and you also come to me to check on my growth, and to help me grow in my career, and respect me as your mentee, you know, so that we do not have a relationship that turn into other things. In the same way, colleagues, it is as like for me, I've always looked as colleagues, as my colleagues, and I hang out with very few colleagues, not because I don't have I like my colleagues, but because I have always known that I really need to separate those, to some extent, those two lives in order to have a balanced life, and to ensure that I do not have friction in both aspects of my life.
Okay. Interesting. In terms of workplace boundaries, I know we've talked about boundaries a lot, but do you have any additional thoughts on setting boundaries in the workplace? You know, the way I said earlier, that you need to understand what kind of relationship you have with someone.
Yes. I think the first thing when you go to work is you need to learn that you've not come here to make friends.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, you will make them, and you need to relate with people. Yeah. But that's not the objective. You didn't go to work to date. Yes. But you might date. But that's not your objective. You first need to look at the vision and mission of the organization and your goal for development in your career in that place first. Yes. Other things could come later, but you also need to be very careful with relationships in the workplace, especially when you find senior, junior, etc. Because, I mean, there are people who, if you refuse to relate with them, they make your life hell. Yes. I have seen such things happen. I've heard people complaining about such things. I know people whose work lives have been messed by their bosses. So you need to, also you don't send mixed messages, mixed signals to people. Please expound. That's I'll give an example of I'm always going for coffee with you, or for those who partake, you know. Yeah. But then, so I'm in your company full time, it's you I'm with. But then, I think that is not going to send a message to you that I'm also interested in your life. Hey, okay. Unless, I say that again slowly, because I'm saying that because I think there are people who do it innocently. Yeah, but I want people to be sure that they're not sending mixed signals. Yes. To people. That if I am your company, I am your 5 p.m. company every day. And lunch. And lunch company. Lunch company might not even be a problem because your office, you might be 3 of you anyway. But I think if you're hanging out with people frequently, you need to find a way of sending a message that
it's just
that this is just we are colleagues. We go for lunch together because it is lunchtime. And we are the 2 of us here. You know.
Okay.
The same way we can't say we are sharing a desk, so we are relating. No. So it's that. But if you know, and you know, it's what I was talking about past work life. That if this same person, you're going to that you're there, you're 5 p.m. Take you to the stage. Person, I'm speaking to the younger ones, especially in the morning. Okay, you might not be coming from the same side, but you know. The first person you go to in the office, again, you know, all that. One is, this person is most likely going to assume that you are interested in them. And secondly, other people are going to assume the same, so they're going to stay away from you. You understand? So we do not send people
the wrong messages.
Wrong messages. And if someone comes to you and you're not interested in them, you tell them straight away that you're not interested in them. And if there's anything that you're doing that makes them think, like for example, the time you spend with them, then it's good to reduce that particular time. Don't kill the friendship, but reduce that particular time. I think with time, even as you stay in the workplace, you learn how to relate with so and so and so and so, seeing how they relate with other people. And if you hear people complaining about someone's behavior towards others, don't think of yourself as too special. Also, that you think, no, for me, they are going to respect me, even if they are not going to respect the other women in the office. Such things. So.
Wow. Oh dear, we've come to the end of our show. I think we need to wrap up now. I wanted to introduce something else, but I know we don't have time because I wanted us to talk about horizontal versus vertical growth in the workplace. But I don't think we have time.
Maybe what we can do,
go ahead.
I was saying maybe what we can do is we can put it as
part 2.
As part 2 of this discussion.
Because I think it's very, very
we need
important.
to now to talk about professional growth.
So I think we can talk about that next time. But for today, I think we'll need to end the show here, unless you have any parting shot for our viewers. Anything that you want them to carry away? So personal development does not necessarily mean that today my net worth is 500,000 and next month it is 2 million shillings. That is not what we call personal development. Personal development is when you look at yourself wholesomely and you can see growth in the way you like. Growth in the way you are able to express yourself. Growth in how you are able to handle situations. Growth in terms of you've gained a new skill. Growth in terms of you wanted to learn a new hobby and you've been able to get that new hobby. Personal development does not have to be fast. It's not a marathon. You know, it can be slow. But when I can look at myself today and look at myself a few months ago and see some growth in my life, then I can say I'm achieving that. It is not perfection. It is growth. And it can be slow. And that's okay. Wow. Viewers, that's all we've had time for today. We have to grow. We must grow. It may be slow, it may be fast, but we ought to be moving and becoming better in line with our objectives and what we have set out to achieve. So that's all we've had time for. Thank you so much, Karambu, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And from all of us at Elevate TV is to say thank you for being our valued viewer, and we will see you again next Thursday. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you.